Welcome to Muscle Maintenance with InShape Fitness. I'm Coach Kim and I will be your trainer. Today is June the 24th, and this actually is a workout for June the 25th, a level 1/level 2, so kind of beginner level, off the couch, but maybe a little bit harder, as I'll explain a couple of ways you can make each of the moves harder, but the workout itself will be for 15 minutes. This is all about listening to my verbal cues to you and getting the most out of 15 minutes of exercise time, as opposed to fiddling with even the on-demand channels, trying to figure out which video you might want to do, or going to the gym and having to spend an hour at the gym. If you boil it down to the perfection of your body's exercise moves, you can achieve almost as much in 15 minutes as you would in a half an hour, or even longer in some cases. So stand up. You don't need shoes on your feet even. You don't need any equipment. Stand up really tall. Let's do a postural systems check to get your body ready. You want to take a couple of good deep breaths in through your nose and out through the mouth. Now make sure your shoulders are back. Make sure that your chest is high, your abs are engaged, your hips are in line with your shoulders, your knees are in line with your hips. You're pressing into the floor. Sort of feel your way around the different contact points of your toes, right? You, generally speaking, you're going to have a dominant side and a weak side. So for most right-handed people, you're going to put a little more pressure on your right leg. For the left-handed people, the opposite. But you really want to try to distribute your weight between your legs evenly. And let's start marching in place now for 30 seconds or so. All right, so lift up the knee. You want the knee to come up to about hip level. So get the knee up. Pause at the top for a fraction of a second, and then lower the leg back down. Make sure that your feet are straight. When your toes turn out, you put more of your body's weight on the thigh muscle group, the quadriceps, right? When you keep your feet straight, you help balance out that effort among all of those other muscles that reside in your leg, right? You have muscles that run diagonally across the leg. You have muscles on the sides of your leg. You have the muscles on the insides of your leg. You have your hamstring muscles along the back. You can help engage all of those muscles more by keeping your feet straight and really focusing on the precision of your march. And it's a really simple move, I do know that, but it can be very helpful to you in terms of understanding where your body is in space and really making the most out of each exercise moment. Okay, now spread your legs double shoulder width apart. We're going to do the windmill to warm up your back a little bit. All right, clasp your hands above your head, and you're going to take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to rotate your body, make a giant circle, rotating the body down to the right, hinging at your hips, keeping your back straight, abs engaged. Your arms should then point down towards the floor, and then you complete the revolution by lifting up towards the left. One more time, down to the right and up to the left. And then switch. Now let's rotate in the opposite direction, down to the left and up to the right. One more time, down to the left and up to the right. Okay, so now we're going to do 2 sets of 6 exercises, our normal format for muscle maintenance workouts. And I apologize. There are some people out there that have been wondering where these have been. It has been a few weeks since we've done a real continuous effort on the muscle maintenance side. I will tell you one of the reasons why. Go ahead and bring your body into the first position of ballet for me with your heels touching, toes out wide. One of the main reasons why is this last and very high level effort to push out our formal website, inmotionworkouts.com. And I know I've gotten some comments about how with the browser, with having to use a Puffin browser on the iPad, and there are a couple of little sort of nuances with the beta test, audio getting hung up and stuff, just technical things. trying to get that out and get it perfected so that we can, to be quite honest, make some money off of it. And it's a similar type of workout. But of course, these workouts will continue to be free, the podcast workouts. But I do encourage you to set up a free account and at least try in motion workouts, because it gives you so much more variety and allows you to modulate among the different difficulty levels as you get better. And of course, save workouts and redo them over and over again when you hit that one workout that is really, really cool and you love it so much. So, check it out. I will be back the rest of this week, for sure this week. And then next week will be a slightly shorter week again because of the July 4th holiday. But we will be continuing our muscle maintenance workouts. And I thank you for coming back to them today on the 25th of June, for this third week of the month. I guess the last week of the month of June. All right, so we're going to do a first position stand of ballet. You're probably already in this position and maybe you're sort of irritated because you're not doing anything with it. But I believe you me, when you stand with your toes all the way out wide and your heels together, you're activating muscles in your butt, in your hips, in your inner thighs. And now if you can, I want you to bend your knees slightly, lowering the body straight down into a slight, what is called a demi-plie. All right, if you're at a level 2 and you're looking for something a little more challenging, bring your arms up over your head or out in front for a port-de-bras, and then open your arms as you lower down and close them on your way back up. All right, for 30 seconds, your time starts now. Make sure that you're pressing into the floor with all 4 corners of each of your feet. Okay, really focus on gripping your floor surface. This is across the board why I encourage you to exercise in your bare feet as opposed to putting shoes on your feet. It's harder on your bare feet, but it will help develop the muscles in your toes and in the tops of your foot and along your ankles and all that, all those other areas of the lower part of your leg that are so vital to your overall strength and vitality in terms of your moving, you're being able to move without falls and without balance issues. Okay, let's go into a squat now. So you're going to plant your feet shoulder width apart, and you want to make sure your feet are straight. Don't let your toes turn out. You're going to sit down and back into an imaginary chair, and you inhale on your way down. As you exhale, you press your heels into the floor, squeeze your glutes, and lift up. 30 seconds. Time starts now. You don't have to go all the way down to where your quads or your thighs are parallel to the floor. The one thing you do want to make sure that you're doing is preventing the knees from going past the tips of your toes. So critical that you don't let those knees go past your toes. All right, you want to control that movement. Sit back. Takes a little bit of confidence in terms of the risk factor. You feel like you're going to fall backwards, but it's okay. You're not going to fall on your butt. Your feet will follow if you happen to lose your balance a little bit. Just make sure that you're not letting those knees go past the tips of your toes. You've got a couple more seconds, and we'll do a more dynamic squat tomorrow. Now we're going to do a walk-out plank. All right, with the walkout moves, you're going to squat all the way down, put your hands on the floor, walk out to push-up position on your hands. This is the plank, and then walk your hands back and then stand all the way up. All right, again, 30 seconds is going. This is a walkout move, so important in terms of interacting with gravity. This, of course, elevates your heart rate, which is one of the main reasons why we push you to do this type of workout, this type of move. A burpee is another good example of that, where you interact with gravity, you get your body down on the floor, and then you stand all the way up, forcing your body weight to push against gravity as you stand all the way up. All right, finish the one that you're on, and then you can end up back down on the floor, because I want you to lie down, bend your knees, and put your feet on the floor hip width apart, and then your arms are down by your sides. You're going to lift up into a hip bridge. Time starts now for 30 seconds. Lower down. Exhale as you lift up. All right, lower down, exhale, lift up. Make sure your feet are straight. Again, don't let those toes turn out. You want to keep your feet straight. You want to keep your toes down. If your toes start to float, lift up off the floor, you're then converting or diverting your energy source to the quad and to your lower back. The glute and the hamstrings do less of the work that they need to do. Okay, now sit all the way up into a tabletop. All right, we've got 2 more moves and then we're going to repeat the set. Into your tabletop, fingers facing forward. Your feet are in the same exact position as they were just before. Hip width apart, toes straight, and you're just going to hold this position. Now, the tabletop is a position people get really annoyed with me. Whenever I have people into this position face to face, I get a scowl, and it's okay if you scowl. You're contorting your body in a really weird way because you're used to a closed chest with your shoulders forward. You're used to not utilizing your arms in terms of your the strength of the back of your arm. Most people have really flabby arms these days. And I am not, as you know, a proponent of just going to weights, going to machines in order to exercise, with quotes I've got up there in the air. But you can do a lot in this position. You just have to get comfortable with your body in this position. A couple more seconds. Now back down on the floor with your hands behind your head. And let's do a basic crunch. All right, make sure that you keep your back straight, abs engaged. Pretend that I'm standing over you and I'm pulling you up by the sternum, straight up with a string wrapped around your sternum. All right, your time is going for 30 seconds. Very nice. You inhale as you lower back down. You exhale as you lift back up. And you want to make sure that you pause at the top where you switch directions. The apex of any repetition is the most important fraction of a second within that repetition because it allows you to prevent momentum from helping your body out and gravity, right? When you control the body weight in both directions, you get that extra metabolic boost. And that is the most important concept for you to understand. It's why moving faster is not necessarily moving better. It's why the perfection, understanding the real mechanics of each exercise and perfecting your moves is why you will get so much more out of every exercise moment that you have. Okay, stand back up for me. Let's go back through the set, starting with the first position of ballet. I want you to go into it immediately, heels together, toes all the way out. 30 seconds starts now. A demi-plie with the port-a-bras if you can do it, or your arms up over your head. Even if you have your arms out in front and you're just holding that, it's fine. But do your best here. Just focus on balancing, gripping the floor with all 4 corners of each foot. Down and up, abs engaged. Get those toes out as wide as possible. Good. You've got 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and now plant your feet shoulder width apart. Let's go right into that modified squat. All right, your 30 seconds starts now. You inhale as you lower the body down, exhale as you lift back up. The important things to remember for squatting: abs engaged, back straight. Don't collapse at the waist. You inhale on the way down, you exhale as you lift back up, and your knees don't go past the tips of your toes, no matter how far down you go. All right, a real elementary way to learn this exercise, learn the precision that you need, the biomechanics you need, is to sit against the wall with your legs at a 90-degree angle. Moving right along, though, let's go to the next exercise. You're going to do the walk out plank. 30 seconds starts now. Squat all the way down. Walk out to push-up position, then walk back, then stand all the way up again. You're only going to do 2 or 3 of these, which is fine. You know, it's 30 seconds of continual movement in this particular move, coupled with the additional couple of minutes in this set for the entire sequence, coupled with the totality of this workout, which, yes, is just 15 minutes in length. And yes, it is not going to, or no, it is not going to make your body ripped or shredded. I mean, all these crazy theatrics that a lot of the fitness experts spout on TV and on videos. It's all well and good, but we have to live in reality too, and you need to do something every single day. Okay, you're in your hip bridge now, right? Legs bent, feet on the floor, hips up and down. 30 seconds starts now. So get past the notion that what you see in a magazine, what you see on TV, what you see on the box of some, health-related product that you buy either in the supermarket, some special food that's endorsed by a celebrity fitness person or a celebrity in general that happens to be fit, or a shoebox, or any of those other things that just sort of contort or malalign your brain to think that you can be stick thin, like the cover of, Women's or Men's Fitness magazine or Sports Illustrated swimsuit magazine, where you absolutely know that you can do your best with what you've got, and you do it every day, and then you make it your own thing. You can live through exercise every day when it's just 15 minutes, but it does need to happen every day. All right, up into that, let's do the crunch first. We'll finish with the basic, the tabletop afterwards. So hands behind your head, keep those knees bent. Let's do the basic crunch. Exhaling as you lift up, inhaling on your way back down. Very good. Exhale, lift up higher. Remember, I'm standing over you with a rope wrapped around your sternum, pulling you up chest first. Look at your ceiling. You want to keep that head in a neutral position. So lift up, pause, control your movement on the way back down. And the last move, up into your tabletop. So fingers face forward, arms are right in line with your hands right in line with your shoulders, and just lift your body up into that tabletop. If you're feeling sort of sassy here and you want to push yourself a little bit, alternate lifting up the knees and or doing the crab kick where you lift up the knee, kick out the foot, and then alternate. Just make sure you keep your feet straight. And thank you so much for listening into this workout, this muscle maintenance workout. All basic stuff. We'll be back tomorrow using the same 6 moves. All right, same moves for tomorrow. We'll do a level 3/4 workout for tomorrow, and then we'll do the body blast for Thursday, Friday, and I will see you then. Have a great day, and please take a moment to set up a free account at inmotionworkouts.com. We appreciate your patience if you already have done so. We know that we've had a few technical issues still, but we are relaunching hopefully next week before the July 4th holiday, and that's why things have been so helter-skelter with the continuous sort of programming at Muscle Maintenance here. But check it out, inmotionworkouts.com, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day.